The Republic of Korea is not a country for you politicians. It is a country that was created and protected with the blood and sweat of the Korean people. It reminds me of a famous line from a movie.
If you are a king, my country and my people are 10 times or 100 times more precious to you than the 4 generations of people who live and die. Even if I have to beat them, steal them, and beg them, I have to save them.
Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk about an important event that occurred in South Korea in 2024. President Yoon Suk-yeol's emergency martial law. This incident caused a stir both domestically and internationally, and became one of the closely watched incidents in many countries, especially the United States. This was an incident that brought great disappointment to the United States, an ally for 70 years. How does the United States view this incident? Let's find out now. In early 2024, as political chaos in South Korea became more severe, President Yoon Suk-yeol declared emergency martial law a few days ago. This is a very unconventional action, and it is not a martial law that was simply imposed out of emotional aggravation, but the 4 members of the military were deployed in advance. And even before that, I couldn't be more shocked when I found out exactly how carefully I had planned it. I would like to first talk about the position of the United States, which is one of the countries that has been hit as hard as the people of our country. Trump, the next president, is currently not making any mention of Korea. So when Trump comes to power and performs his duties as president, it is still difficult for anyone to predict what changes will occur. As a businessman by nature, he is the type of person who can just abandon even his close associates if there is no profit. So this emergency martial law incident, the reality is that it has become almost obvious that Korea will suffer a huge blow. First, looking at major media outlets in the United States. Large media outlets such as the New York Times and the Washington Post, it was reported that this declaration of martial law is reminiscent of the authoritarianism of President Park Chung-hee in 1979. These media analyzed that the political theme that suddenly spread at Psy World's metaverse party became the trigger for the protests. It was assessed that the remnants of the past dictatorship led to this extreme decision. Reactions from American politicians also varied. Some members of the Democratic Party strongly criticized President Yoon's decision and mentioned human rights issues. They argued that the basic rights of Korean citizens are being violated, and that active intervention by the international community is needed. On the other hand, conservative politicians in the United States also expressed the opinion that this may be an inevitable choice. In a situation that threatens Korea's security and order, they emphasize that we must think about stability in Asia amid China's rapid rise and North Korea's threats. Next, American reporters, especially Korean correspondents, realistically reported the local situation. Reports from CNN and NBC described the tension in Seoul in detail, recording citizens' anxiety and anger, and the endless protest marches. They used voices from the field to shed light on the conflict between citizens, calling for the restoration of democracy and the military, explaining that it reminded them of the shadows of the Gwangju uprising in the 1980s. Americans, especially those who have had close ties with Korea since the Korean War, have varying opinions about this incident. Many Americans expressed concern that South Korea's democracy was under threat. There were also many concerns about how sudden political changes in Korea would affect security. In the Asia-Pacific region, in particular, the Korean community in the United States shows deep interest in the unstable situation in their country and is watching the situation in Korea and praying for a peaceful resolution. The impact of these external perspectives and reactions on Korea is by no means small. In particular, how the U.S. government approaches this incident will have a significant impact on future international diplomatic relations. The United States is already urging the Korean government to resolve the problem in a democratic way through various channels. We are preparing diplomatic dialogue and active measures to achieve this. The United States' position firmly emphasizes the importance of restoring human rights and democracy. To this end, we are trying to elicit cooperation from the international community. The Republic of Korea's democratic history has steadily grown stronger despite numerous challenges and trials. President Yoon Suk-yeol's emergency martial law incident will also be recorded as part of this historic challenge. The United States has a deep understanding of the spirit of democracy. Through its long-standing alliance with Korea, we believe that the resolution of this situation must also be based on democratic procedures and the voices of citizens. On the other hand, there were many positive reactions. The sight of people voluntarily taking to the streets and raising their voices in such a short period of time after declaring martial law left a deep impression on American society. Many Americans said they were impressed by the courage and unity of these citizens. Although it is in chaos internally, it is seen externally as a symbol of Korea's democratic will. This situation served as an opportunity to let the international community know, not just about the government's decision, but also about the extent of the people's power to stand against it. To conclude, the Republic of Korea has gone through many trials in the past, but it is proving once again that its people are still writing a new history through their own efforts. I hope that the relationship between our two countries will become stronger through this incident. In conclusion, it is clear that the current incident is one that no one can defend or forgive, regardless of whether it is the opposition party or the ruling party. You have to face reality, and the Republic of Korea will not be shaken. Thank you for watching. I hope that all daily life becomes stable as soon as possible.